Hello everybody, my name's Peter Davidson and I work for Marlborough District Council as a groundwater scientist. And we're here today to talk about groundwater age, and in particular some of the oldest groundwaters in New Zealand, which is found beneath the grounds of Wairau Hospital. Groundwater is recharged by rainfall or rivers, and how long it's been underground varies from just a few hours if it's just rained to hundreds of thousands of years in some of the bigger aquifers in Australia. The water beneath us here is 40,000 years old, and that's based on measurements that GNS Science have taken in recent years using their isotope tracing techniques. Behind me here is the casing of the well that was drilled in 1916 for the Wairau Hospital. It goes down 87 metres and it was used as a water supply well back then. And the reason the water's so old is that the aquifer it's tapping is blanked off effectively, so it's got nowhere to go, so it's moving very, very slowly. One of the consequences of the water being that old is that it's been in contact with the gravels and the rocks forming the aquifers for so long that it's highly mineralised. That means that we've got all sorts of things dissolved in the water like iron and arsenic, and it pongs a bit, so if you wanted to add it to your whiskey it probably wouldn't be a good look. But rest assured, the water in that aquifer is not used for drinking today. It's taken from much shallower layers for our drinking water supply in Blenheim, so it's not an issue for us today. Marlborough District Council are interested in this aquifer because it's a very sensitive system when it comes to earthquakes, and it also tells us a little bit about how water at a regional scale circulates beneath the Wairau plain. So for that reason we want to monitor it. Now the reason we monitor the water level at this site is we're interested in the wider hydrological circulation of groundwater underneath the plains. So we're taking measurements here every 15 minutes, and if you look at the green box behind me, that's where our instruments are kept. And every 15 minutes that instrument wakes up, takes a measurement, and it squirts the results back to Council's database. People all around the world can look at those numbers, and if you go to the LAWA website you can see what it's been doing the last day or two or years. The water levels in this well is above ground, so that's what we call an artesian well. It's pressurised and it moves up and down with the barometric pressure. It also moves up and down with the tidal pressure. So although we're many kilometres from the coast imparts a load on the aquifer, squeezes it, and we see the water level going up and down that far from the coast. So it's very interesting stuff when you think about it. Very sensitive to earthquakes, so the big Kaikoura earthquake back in late 2016 affected this well quite considerably. So we saw a big change, and it didn't go down straight away, it actually went up and stayed up for a year or two. So for all sorts of reasons, this is not just of scientific interest, it's of interest to all sorts of people just out of curiosity. If you're interested in any more information on the age and residence time of groundwaters here in New Zealand, go to the website, the Marlborough District Council website, or go to the GNS Science website. They're based in Avalon and Lower Hutt, and they have a wealth of information on the age of water, where it comes from and how they trace it. Thanks for listening to this video, and if you've got any more questions, I'm quite happy to answer them. But for now, haere rā.